Do any of those agencies find somebody else to replace that model? I would think that would be very bad form to do something like that, but I don't think it'd be beyond the realm of possibility. Okay. That would make total sense. Like I said, I'd be pissed off too if they did that. Related yet unrelated. The legendary comic Calvin and Hobbes, the creator Bill Watterson. Yeah, he really gambled against his publisher. Like he went on to some when he retired from cartooning. From what I understood of it, they could have. I might have been written into the contract somewhere. They could have simply replaced him, like after Bill just gave up Calvin and Hobbes. As far as I know, their publisher, I can't remember the name, they still own the rights to the comic. They could have put somebody else in there to take his place. In fact, now that I think about it, that happens quite a bit. I mean, those the comics that you're reading these days that have been around, since the way back when, like Blondie, Beetle Bailey, I wanted to say Marmaduke. I mean, the Family Circus, maybe details are kind of hazy, but a lot of those old school comics that are still read to this day, they're not done by the original artists. Those original artists, either they retired or they passed away. Now they bring in these other people to do it for them. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I don't really read comics anymore. And I'm also thinking too, they could have done the same thing with Peanuts. Once Charles Schultz died, they probably could have just brought some 18-year-old kid fresh out of high school or a freshman in art college or something and put him in there and had him draw the comic. Yeah, that huge surprise there too. Because it's like I said a few moments ago, a lot of the old school comics that you're reading today, they're not done by the original artists. But yeah, I'm calling me old-fashioned, but I'm one of those where if the artist dies or retires, the strip should go with him. The strip should die with him. And I think we talked about this in one of our recent streams. One of the reasons I don't watch extra credits anymore is ever since the original narrator left, to me, that work should have died with him. I mean, there was still a writer and an artist involved. But yeah, it's like you kind of need that, the whole triumvirate there. It's just, they're so interlocked together. When one falls, the other should have fell along with them, but no, they try to stay active and they brought in some guy who sounds nothing like the original narrator.
Hi, my name is Joe Bob, and I'm the new narrator since the original one retired.
Wait, no? Yeah, I actually tried watching the first episode. First, maybe the second, I can't remember. I don't remember why I stopped there. I'd say this is like several months ago. Okay. That don't surprise me. A lot of times the book is better than the movie. Okay, I might have to look into that. There was I don't know which comic. It might have been Junji Ito. Tokyo Ghoul. I tried reading that. Yeah, maybe because I didn't grow up with the Japanese style. But yeah, it's really hard to read because I grew up on, reading text like you're reading right now, from left to right, and then from top to bottom, but it's like Japanese, it's like the complete opposite. Oftentimes I have to play this panel guessing game on what's, you know, which one do I read first and in what order. I mean, I've never read a Japanese manga before, so. Kind of go back a while, huh? I think probably the first anime that I could think of that I watched was, well, I was gonna say Voltron back in like the mid-ish 80s, but I think I could go even farther back. In the late 70s, early 80s, there was an old arcade game, if you ever played Dragon's Lair, or at least seen or heard it. There was an old Laserdisc arcade game called Cliffhanger. That was the very first anime, if you want to call it that. That was the very first anime that I saw. It was a Laserdisc arcade game, just like Dragon's Lair. Oh, okay. Oh, you must be talking about the Nintendo version. Did he ever talk about the arcade version? Okay. Okay, that sounds about right.